Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Nyabohanse teacher. As I promised, I'm going to give a brief analysis of this book. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to analyze it page per page and also act per act, so that you follow systematically. So as you're teaching your students, you remember to analyze the book page by page, just like I usually do, so that I believe that the exact questions that will come in exams will be set from a page. So make students aware that the text or the exact questions will come from a page like this, where you'll be asked different questions like characters, character traits, themes, styles, and maybe what the passage is all about. So we're going to do the analysis. So as we're analyzing, you're going to analyze it in this aspect. You're going to analyze it in terms of form and content. Where form, we're going to analyze the plot, language use, and character and characterization. When you go to content, we shall analyze the themes, maybe message, and what the page is about as we dive into the book. So I want you to be very attentive and listen to what we are going to do here. Thank you very much. Remember to stay up to the end so that you can learn, and also remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the hit the notification bell, so that anytime I upload, you'll be the first person to get what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Stick to the end. Yeah, we are now beginning clearly, very well. So you can see from what I've just said, I've been analyzing page by page the themes, styles, and other things, as we're going to do here. So beginning from this, that acts are usually the bigger divisions of a play. For example, this play has around 3 acts. Scenes are smaller subdivisions of the play. So you can see here there are some words in brackets here, and this one now we shall give it a name, and there are also other brackets here, normally written in italics. There's another one that tells the doctor walks in and places his files on his table. Yeah, so these ones are what we call stage directions. They are directing the play. They're directing the characters to do what, and they're telling us what the characters are doing, can also contribute into the character traits of the characters. So in this page 1, we have different characters. Of course, the stage direction has already told us where this scene is. Automatically, we know it's early in the morning in an oldie rusty trailer that is used as a health facility. So we shall reach there. So the characters that are in this page, we have Mariko, who is a young man who is concerned about the old man's calf. Remember, I told old man, you have a bad calf. And then the old man is there, who is an elderly patient with a bad calf. He is just reading a newspaper. And then we have the doctor, and then who enters at the end of the page and places files on his table. You can see here his table, and then he has the responsibility of treating patients. We're going to see whether he's going to treat them or not. And then we have patients that queue in a long queue, waiting to see the doctor, showing the struggle. And then we also have the man at the front queue who pushes Mariko back when he tries to jump the queue. He's here. We are told that the man at the front of the queue pushes him aside and points to the back of the queue. Yeah, that is that. And then we shall check the setting. It is early in the morning inside an old rusty trailer that is being used as a health facility. It is here, it is visible here. So normally we shall get setting from the stage directions. And then when you're talking about setting, time, you can talk about time setting and place setting. Okay, the scene starts with the patients queuing in a poor clinic. You can see the patients queue waiting to see the doctor. Mariko walks past the queue but is pushed back by a man at the front. And then later, Mariko stands next to an old man who is coughing. He jokingly tells him that he had a bad cough, telling us that Mariko is humorous. Mariko warns him that his cough can infect others and reminds him they both have suffered from sickness. The old man gets annoyed and tells Mariko not to joke with sick old men. Okay, let's go to the most important things. We can talk about the character traits here. Here in this page, you can see here that Mariko is concerned and also caring. He warns the old man and even tells him you have a bad cough. And then he's also humorous. He's also humorous. You can see that he uses this word. He said that not long ago we were under siege. So he thought that something very serious, but he just said siege from a bad cold. So you can see the humor is in there. So the trait is humorous, making it an adjective to fit there. And then we also say that he's responsible by telling the old man that he wants the old man that not to infect others, where he said if you are not careful enough, you can easily infect those around you, just like they can infect you. So that shows that he's responsible enough. Yeah. All right. And then having said that, the old man is calm. You can see I said the old man is calm, where he continues reading the newspaper however much Mariko speaks to him. And then he is reserved in the sense that he ignores Mariko. Young man, do not make a habit of joking with sick men like me. So we are told that there is a place where he ignores him here. The old man ignores him, turns the paper to another angle and continues to read, still with broad smiles at intervals. So we believe maybe he was smiling at something in the newspaper. Of course, there are some themes here that are introduced. We have the theme of poverty and poor health care. Of course, there is this aspect. There is a scene of poverty used as a health, where the old rusty trailer is used as a health facility. So that introduces the theme of poverty. Of course, that shows that there is limited resources. Yeah. Otherwise, we would say that one is the major theme there. And of course, the styles here would have humor from the words that used by Mariko. He make a joke. So humor is just an aspect where somebody makes a joke. Yeah, where you can even laugh. Repetition is also used here. There is not long ago you were under siege. So siege is repeated. We also have the word bad. So the word bad is repeated just like that. Yeah. And then there is imagery where you can see old rusty trailer. This one creates a mental picture of decay, poverty and suffering. So that is use of imagery just like that. So if you move to the next page, this is where we get the main conflict. We get the main ideas here that are brought about here. We can see we have different characters. We have the doctor, who is the medical officer at the clinic. He appears tired and also unsympathetic, so he does not sympathize even with the woman that comes begging and pleading. We have the woman who is a mother who has a sick baby. You can see from the text, I believe that you've read it. And then we have the baby himself. We're told that he is skinny and chapped. His lips are chapped. Mariko, who is still advocating for the needs of the poor or the vulnerable in this society. And then we have the patients that are still in the queue. That shows how the struggle is real. I think the setting remains the same. And then you can see from the text the doctor, how he behaves. The doctor scolds patients or complains that they're coming early and asks where his chair is. This shows that he is tired and even irritated, and maybe he's not even ready to help this sequence. And then we have a woman who bursts in with her sick baby. She pleads with the doctor to save him because his stomach has been swelling. Let us see if the doctor really helped. And that one builds on the character traits of the doctor. You know how to identify character traits from a passage like this or a play like this. And then we have the doctor, instead of helping the woman, you can see how he says that it is her mistake for not feeding the child proper food, and tells her to go home. You can imagine which kind of food is going to feed, and they're not being paid. And then we're seeing that Mariko, he still leaves his queue and confronts the doctor, showing how brave he is. He asks why the doctor won't help and reminds him of his social responsibility. So automatically that one will build us on the theme of irresponsibility. And then we can see what is going to happen about this aspect. Right. And then we shall look at the character traits of the doctor. I wrote it here. He's unfeeling, he's rude. When he says that, "Mother, this is all your mistake," he blames her instead of helping this particular person. He is also lazy and complaining, where he says that, "You cannot even let me rest for a day. And where did my chair go?" That means this person is not, responsible. He is, we can say, he's also irresponsible. We believe that doctors are trained to help the patients or people that are in need, or to nurse them. He instead shuns them away. Imagine. And then we move very fast to the woman. You can see the woman. I wrote here something. Is caring and loving, where she says, "Doctor, doctor, my child, he is my only child." Right? That shows that he's caring and also loving at the same time. So it is good when you're writing this in an exam, you don't include all of them, just use one. You can either say somebody is caring, or you can say that somebody is loving. We can see that she is also brave. She is brave in a way because she runs from the middle of the queue straight to where the doctor and the woman, you can see that she's desperate. She runs in and starts to cry. Crying shows that she's very desperate to help the children. Okay, and then move to Mariko. Mariko is responsible enough, because you see from the beginning he tries to, we were told he's a self-proclaimed leader, so he is automatically a leader. He responsibly tries to talk to the doctor to help the woman by saying, "Why don't you just help the child?" He says, he runs from the middle of the queue where he had stopped beside the old man, straight where the doctor and the woman are. "Why don't you just help this child? There's no use letting a child suffer, yet you have the ability." So that shows this guy is responsible, and also he is concerned and caring, of course. And we can see at the same time he is brave enough, because he runs from the middle of the queue. So that shows that he is responsible. Yeah. Then he's also socially conscious. He talks about social responsibility and poor wages of the workers, where he introduces to us the plight of the workers. A plight is maybe suffering, how the workers are suffering. So we say plight of the workers, sufferings of the workers. He says that you have a social responsibility of ensuring these people live a decent life. Oro is a good friend. Please talk to him. Let him understand that these people need to earn a living good enough for them to live human lives. Paying peanuts for their sweat is choking them. This one is introducing the theme of suffering and exploitation. Imagine somebody is being paid peanuts. So that is exploitation. The workers are being exploited. So we don't expect them to have good diet. Yeah. Of course, this page has several themes. We have identified them. I think we have identified the theme of poverty and even malnutrition, where we see the baby is skinny. The baby is skinny. Yeah, the baby is skinny and his lips are chapped. To be chapped, that means to dry. They are dried. Yeah, you can see we were able to look up the meaning here. You see chapped, dry, cracked, sore, and even rough. So we can judge that through malnutrition, the baby is, not eating well. It's malnourished, and the mother is poor. She cannot even afford balanced diet. There is the theme of exploitation. You have seen at the end here, where the workers paid peanuts while they're working. Then we can see the theme of advocacy, with the theme of advocacy, where Mariko stands up for the weak, the baby, and even the poor workers. That's why he's considered a leader, right? And then I don't know where there are styles. I think there is a style of let me see, not right any, but you can identify them here right now. There is a theme of repetition here. Look at the word doctor. That is repetition for emphasis. Repetition is used to create emphasis, and also to show the desperation of the woman, how the woman is desperate. Okay, and then there is rhetorical questions. I think there is a rhetorical question here. Let me see. Here, I think this question. Mariko asks the doctor, "Why don't you just help this child?" So that is a rhetorical question. It is used just to challenge the doctor and also make the audience reason and think about that. And then there is big contrast. There is a big contrast. Contrast is like a difference. There is the contrast between the doctor and the woman, and also Mariko. Yeah, there's a difference between the doctor. The doctor is rude, unfeeling, is unconcerned. He is barbaric, but Mariko, he is really concerned. So there is that contrast in between the characters. Maybe one day you can be taught to differentiate between the characters. You can do that, right? Yeah, so just like that. So we can see what happens from this page, just like that. Yeah. The doctor also says, "I am here to do my duty," and that is it. So there is also a theme of duty versus responsibility. It's a theme of duty versus responsibility there. Yeah. So you can see that is his social responsibility, but he says that is his duty. Okay, we move very fast to the next page. I think we are almost finishing. You don't want to take a lot of time so that you can understand and enjoy the video. We still have the same characters. We have the doctor, Mariko, and even the patient, the woman, and also the baby are still there. The doctor is still defensive, is annoyed, and refuses to accept Mariko's ideas. He even walks out at the end. Yeah, of course, we can see that Mariko here, Mariko is still adamant, still continues to be passionate enough. He even is direct to the doctor. He even shifts, going aside. That aside is also another technique of place where he talks to the audience. Yep, we're going to see that. I think the setting is the same. Alright, you can generally say this page is you can see the doctor tells Mariko he doesn't understand the work of a doctor, where he says, "You don't seem to understand the work of a doctor." Mariko fires back that telling a poor person to eat a balanced meal is the real madness. That is ironical. You may think I'm out of my mind, but I'm not. If you choose a balanced meal for one who cannot afford it, then I think you're out of your mind. So that means it is madness. Then the doctor questions Mariko's right to advise him. Then what did he say? Mariko says it is his duty as a citizen. It is his duty as a citizen to to guide the doctor when he wanders. It is here. Why do you say so? It is my duty as a citizen. So of course that will give us a trait that is dutiful. Okay. What happens next is the doctor becomes annoyed. You can see from the stage direction, and then leaves. The doctor leaves. He says, "I leave you to all these people to attend to." He closes his file. Closing symbolically means he has left. And then Mariko had a monologue where he says, tells the doctor, what you have just seen, what you have just seen is not an illusion. Take the veil of your eyes. Take the veil of your eyes. That means you see clearly. Then he turns to the audience. You have seen it. Haven't you witnessed it all? If it is ignorance, let us educate the poor mother. Something like that. Okay. Then we talk about the character traits of the doctor. You can see that he's arrogant, where he says, "Young man, you don't seem to understand the work of a doctor." So that means he considered him to be illiterate. And then he's arrogant and also condescending. He looks down upon others, where he said, "Young man, you don't seem to understand the work of a doctor." That is so arrogant and really condescending. I hope you're getting that right. And then he's irresponsible. I think we talked about this theme the previous page, where he walks away and leaves patients unattended, where he says, "I leave you." He says, "I leave you all to these people to attend to." Yeah. Right, and then we move very fast to Mariko. I think they are the major characters in this page. We can see that Mariko addresses the doctor directly by saying, "Doctor, wake up and stop asking." Yeah, so that shows that this guy is bold. Mariko is bold, and is even courageous. Yeah, so something like that. I think these are the traits on this page. And there is also patriotic or dutiful, where he says that it is my duty as a citizen. So that means this guy is patriotic and even responsible. Yeah. Right. And then okay, I think basically we have covered almost everything in this page. Though teachers or literature enthusiasts, you can still identify your own character traits, themes, styles. Okay, so basically that and that. So you've seen majorly these are the traits of these characters. Okay, and then themes, we can see I have identified a theme here. Is here, though it is a bit deep of to grade 9 students, but you can say unreliability of appearances. Yeah, take the veil of your eyes. It means this person does not see clearly. Okay, there is a theme of ignorance versus awareness. When this person say, Mariko uses this word, that when Mariko says that take the veil of your eyes, and ignorance. So that means the doctor is ignorant of what is real. He says what is happening before us is real. So that means the doctor does not really understand what these people are going through. Okay. Yeah. And then there is the theme of reality versus illusion. Reality versus illusion, the realism here, where the doctor wants to ignore the problem, but Mariko insists that what is happening before us is real. So we are talking about realism here, realism. Okay. There's also the theme of education, which is used to remove ignorance. We see, I think there is the theme of ignorance and also education. At the end here, you have seen it. Haven't you witnessed it all? If it is ignorance, let us educate the poor mother and many others like her. If it is laziness, let us cultivate a sense of initiative in them. If it is due to lack of resources, let us find the why and the how. That is the theme of education. So the education is the equalizer. The education is light. It changes everything. So that is how the theme of ignorance comes in, and also education. Right? Okay. Of course, raise the theme of citizenship, where we've seen the role of the citizen. Mariko clearly takes his role as a citizen to represent others, to even condemn the actions of the doctor when he goes wrong. Yeah, he even reminds him, he says that he has a duty to do that. Okay. And then there is there are styles. There is direct address. Mariko turns to the audience. He turns to the audience. And starts addressing it to passion. You, use of the pronoun you is direct address. So that is direct address or monologue. Mariko says, you have seen it all, haven't you witnessed all? Yeah. And then there is a repetition of the word young man, young man, young man, young man. You see, young man. That is repetition. This is symbolically used to show how the doctor looks down on Mariko. Yeah. Okay, that is repetition. And then let me see if there is a rhetorical question here. I believe mostly we have them. Let me see. Let's see. I think there is a petition. There is a rhetorical question somewhere. I've seen it here. It says that haven't you witnessed it all? So that is a rhetorical question. It says it's just used to provoke thought and used to challenge the audience. Okay, and then there is imagery, where this person says, take the veil off your eyes. Yeah, that means to stop being blind. Of course, that is imagery. Okay. All right, and then we move to the next page. move to the next page. That is page 4. This text. I think we are almost coming to the climax of this video today. We have this. We have characters. We have Mariko. We have the workers, and even the audience. The fellow countrymen. He addresses them, fellow countrymen. You can see how Mariko acts as a leader here, though he's not really chosen to be a leader. He's just a self-proclaimed leader. He acts as a leader, and then he joins the workers. The workers also sing a song in solidarity. Okay, they are not usually named. Okay, and then we have how we are going to see how Mariko addresses them. All right, I think the setting is still the same. Then the place setting is gonna be different. I think it's different. Okay, here we're told that Mariko walks out to join the singing workers outside the container. So that means the place changes. He moves from inside the container or the trailer to outside to join the workers. Yeah. Okay, and then Mariko finishes his speech to the audience. He says, if the cause is laziness, we should teach initiative, you know. And then if it's lack of resources, we should find solutions, something like that. So just like that. Lack of resources, of course, that is poverty. Of course, yeah. The key message here is that the day you will know how terrible life is the day you will see it in the poor man's eyes. That is when you can know how the problems are. Okay. We are seeing, says, fellow countrymen, the day you will know how terrible, bitter, and sickening life is the day you will see it in a poor man's eyes. That day the world will see all lives false and as eradicable and all virtues attainable. That is the day the world will be a bit better. That day you will save a life. That day you will become human. You will become human. So this was basically the theme of poverty, suffering, and even oppression. You can see those themes there. Okay, and then we have Mariko. We can talk about traits very fast. That Mariko is visionary. Okay, he says that day will come. That day you'll become human. So he's visionary about a better day. He's optimistic or hopeful. Instead of saying optimistic, if it is difficult to students, you can use the word hopeful. He believes that all life's faults are eradicable. That means can be eradicated, and all virtues attainable. Here, that day the world will see all life's faults as eradicable and all virtues attainable. It can be attained. So good things, virtues. We have the difference between vices and virtues. So virtues are the good ones. Right, that means this guy is optimistic. When he says that, he believes he's hopeful. Of course, the opposite of optimistic is pessimistic. So this guy is optimistic that one day things will change. He is also solidary. He's solidary. Yeah, he stands in solidarity with his fellow workers. He leaves the clinic. Imagine he leaves the clinic to join the workers. You can see here, Mariko walks out to join the singing workers outside the container. That means he's in solidarity with the workers. So in a trait, you can say he is solidary. I hope you get the clear spelling. So if you are giving the students, prepare early and even write them the correct spelling there. He's solidary. I think the workers, basically the workers are just united. They're also in solidarity. They sing together. Yeah, that song we're gonna see it. Answer to the call of my comrades. The workers, through the song, we're going to see that the workers are hardworking. Where we see laboring somewhere, laboring for my boss. Yeah, this means these people are laboring. They are working. And it introduces to us the plight of the workers. The song is very useful. Songs are very important in literature. They can be used to impart knowledge, contribute to very important themes. It can also be used to break monotony. But here, this song is useful because it contributes to the plot of this play, and also it reveals very important themes. Okay, yeah. We of course themes, we have already mentioned them, but there is a theme of exploitation. This song gives us the theme of exploitation, where the workers sing laboring for my boss. It shows that the workers work hard but benefit the boss, not themselves. That means they are being exploited. Okay, now that is majorly the theme of exploitation. On this page, basically is the theme of unity or solidarity. So workers' song about answering the call of my comrades shows unity among the oppressed. So they are united, to talk about their issues, and it brings about how they are oppressed by the oppressors. So we have the oppressors and we have the oppressed. So the oppressors, we're going to see whom they are, and then the oppressed are the workers. And then we're going to check, as we continue to read the text, to analyze the text, we're going to see who is going to laugh last, whether the oppressors are going to laugh last or the oppressed are going to laugh last. Stay tuned so that you get that knowledge. It's very wonderful to learn like that. Of course, poverty, according to Mariko, poverty has solutions. We can see Mariko suggests around 3 approaches on how to have a solution towards poverty. We say Mariko suggests around 3 approaches. We have education for ignorance, initiative for laziness, investigation for lack of resources. So basically, those are the solutions there for hope, solutions for poverty, because that is the major problem. That is the major plight that the workers undergo. And then we have features. We have different features of style on this page. Of course, repetition cannot miss. It's mostly the lacking theme. It is highly used. Okay, I think the word, let me see, that day is repeated. So that is the style of repetition. Repetition is the major style here. So students can easily use repetition because it's a very easy style to identify. The other styles that are very deep and very difficult to identify, especially imagery. But a style like repetition is very easy to identify. And then let me see if there is another rhetorical question, because apart from repetition, rhetorical question is also mostly used at this level. Let's see whether it is there. I think rhetorical question is not here, but I think the other style that I told you, direct address, is here. Fellow countrymen. He's addressing the countrymen or the citizens directly. So that is direct address. And he speaks like a political leader to the public. So he's addressing the public. Of course, direct address, you use you. So instead of saying fellow countrymen, you can say you people. Okay? You. The day you will know how terrible, bitter, and sick in life is, the day you will see it in a poor man's eyes. In fact, this is pronounced as poor man's eyes, you. So that is direct address. Okay. Of course, when you say see it in a poor man's eyes, that is imagery. It in the mind, it creates an image of the mind that there is a lot of suffering. Of course, eyes communicate a lot there. And then there is the use of the song. Using of the song is also a very, very important style. It breaks dialogue and unites the audience emotionally. Yeah. It breaks dialogue, it breaks monotony, right? And then it shows solidarity of the workers. It shows how close they are. There is also repetition in the song. It becomes very, very nice. Okay. Yeah. So if saying imagery is a problem, you can use symbolism. You can say maybe containers, the container symbolizes poverty, and even veil of the eyes, the words that Mariko said, take the veil of your eyes. This one, you can say it symbolizes seeing the truth, among others. Okay. The song is also a style. Uses of the song, somebody can ask you 3 marks. 1, you can say it is used to break a monotony or to break the dialogue. Secondly, you can say it is used to reveal themes and traits, and you should also give them examples. It's used to reveal the theme of the issue of exploitation. It can be used to reveal the traits of the workers, that they are in solidarity, among others. So basically that is that. Then I think that is the end of the scene, and we shall continue analyzing the next scene. We shall analyze is scene 2, just like that. So I think the song, I'll try to sing the song. When he calls me, I will answer. When he calls me, I will answer. When he calls me, I will answer. I will answer to the call of my comrade, answer to the calls of my comrades, even if somewhere, laboring somewhere, laboring somewhere, laboring for my boss, even if somewhere, laboring somewhere, laboring somewhere, laboring for my boss. Of course, I tried. I'm not a singer, but I tried to break the monotony of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, if you're watching this, I believe you have watched the video up the end. You have learned a lot, if not much, but I believe that I'm speaking to somebody. You've learned something, and that is the most important thing. As you can see from the pages, we've learned about, we've done Act 1, Scene 1. So the next time we're going to do Act 1, Scene 2, so that we get how the incidences move like that. So as we are doing that, understand the plot. That's why I was giving the plot analysis. I was also giving the character traits, the themes, and also the styles. So, and also we see how the story and the characters unravel themselves as we continue. We're going to see whether it is the oppressors that are going to laugh last or the oppressed are going to laugh last. Thank you for watching the video. Remember to hit thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to this channel so that every time I post these videos, you watch them, you become notified. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified of the video. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Massive love. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.